But this one's called Kingdom Hearts Used to Creep Me Out. Now, I haven't watched this video. It got my attention, but from like a lot of people that don't know who haven't played Kingdom Hearts, if you play the first Kingdom Hearts, that game is creepy in a lot of ways. Like, and they'll probably point out in the video, and you guys just heard a little bit of the music in the beginning. Like, that's creepy. Like, playing the game, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, if you know, you know the Heartless, the demon Heartless, and like it's just a lot of stuff that's creepy, especially when you go to your first world, Transversal Town or whatever it's called. That world is also creepy as well because no one's there. Like, no one's there besides like here, like bodies here and there, like a couple people here and there in every corner. You're also fighting Heartless, but it's almost a ghost town, and you're a kid, and just yeah, Kingdom Hearts used to creep me out personally. And like, I'm gonna kind of like point out what I seen personally from this video, and kind of like see if I agree with some of the stuff he's talking about. But let's kind of see how this goes. Please, right off the bat, and this section right here is creepy as hell. Like, as a kid playing this game for the first time, you don't know what you're getting into. Like, automatically, you're just like, huh? Like, you just don't know you're up for a ride. You know what I'm saying? And the music does not help. The music does not help at all, chat. The only thing that makes it a little bit brighter, I'm sorry for pausing, but like the only thing that makes it better is the princesses, but they're like in chandelier forms, or I don't know how to say, like crystallized mirrors, windows form, like that you see on churches. Like, that's the only thing that helps it, like, take away the scariness, but the way that they are, it's still scary. Yeah, bro. Sora's Nightmare. I'm actually really curious to kind of see what this guy is talking about.
The track that you're listening to right now is called Destati. It plays at the very beginning of Kingdom Hearts during the tutorial. This track is foreboding, mysterious, and allegedly cursed. If your power just went out, sorry for not saying anything sooner. The composer of KH, Yoko Shimomura, is quoted saying the following: "In the beginning and ending of the game, there is a song with a chorus. That chorus is a phrase that expresses the dark side of Kingdom Hearts."
Bro, like, I just got goosebumps. Bro, Kingdom Hearts is it's peak, bro. People just don't understand how peak this is. Kingdom Hearts is just peak. Like, my goodness, like, just like planning out Kingdom Hearts and how it is, like, obviously, like, there's some hit and misses, like, from like the, you know, continue on like KH3, but like just the standpoint of this game, bro.
Hearts, and it was used in several songs. However, once we tried loading the chorus data in when we were creating songs, something bad would happen. The worst thing that happened was when the electricity to the building was cut off. In the Kingdom Hearts 2 Ultimania, Shimomura shares another incident that occurred in their own home. The chorus I used in the previous game was a cursed song that always caused trouble when I was working with it. This time when I played the song at home, the breaker tripped and the water was cut off. I don't want to touch this song anymore. Welcome to another episode in a series where we examine the elements of horror and other spooky stuff we can find in non-horror games.
Yeah.
In today's episode, we're talking
Especially
about
when
Kingdom
it gets
Hearts.
Intense. This game looks childlike, it's fun.
Okay, real quick, we're gonna need a little debrief. First, I want it to be known that this video is gonna be a little look back on all the creepy and spooky moments from the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yes. If you Kingdom Hearts fan know this nigga in the fucking corner, my God, bruh. The nigga in the corner, like, used to scare me. Like, you had to, like, go find him, and you're like, who's this nigga? Like, obviously, for Kingdom Hearts reasons, it's a spoiler, but, like, hopefully it doesn't spoil it for you niggas, but if you know, you know. But, like, the first game, for majority of the series, you don't know who this is. And, like, it's insane, bro. It's insane. Like, to like think. Like as a kid, like I'm playing this as a kid too. Like I want to say like like teenager, preteen probably. But seeing this nigga in the corner like made me not want to go in that corner because he doesn't pop up consistently.
A lot of the things I bring up in this video are moments that I found creepy when I was a kid, roughly 7 to 8 years old. Then I played Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2 when I was around 11. I just wanted to be clear that I'm not trying to say that Kingdom Hearts is secretly a horror game, I'm just sharing the things that scared me when I first played.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is low-key a horror game. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Kingdom Hearts is low-key a horror game. Not like I want to say like not like Dead by Daylight, not like Jason, nothing like that crazy, but it's just like there's like this one what's that one? There's like this one anime game where hold on, let me think. This is one anime game where it's like these high schoolers and it's almost like in PEG form, like PEG, like JPEG almost form, like just like very Game Boy Advance type thing, and they go out to the school and like horrible things happen, like crazy death, all this stuff happens to them. That like yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what was yapping about. My bad, y'all. Let's get back to the video.
So just don't think too hard about it. Sit back, relax, we're all peaches and gravy, we're gonna have a good time. Second, I want to bring up that if you're unaware, the Kingdom Hearts series is very, very long. For this video, we're just gonna be looking at the first 3 games in the series.
Okay.
I'll dive into the other games in
Kingdom
future
Hearts
installments, so if you enjoy this video, let me know. Alright, that's enough chit chat, let's get to the nitty gritty. For the uninitiated, Kingdom Hearts begins on the beautiful Destiny Islands. We play as Sora, a young boy who lives here alongside his friends Riku and Kairi. His friend Kairi is special as she is not from this world. This chance encounter with Kairi sparked curiosity in Sora and Riku. They promised each other that once they were older, they would get off their island and go on a real adventure. In the present time, the trio have devised a plan to leave their home and explore other worlds. As Sora, we search the island for materials to create a raft, which will allow us to
Kingdom Hearts
visit
is the only
other
game that I will
worlds.
always play
Somehow.
over and
However,
over and
this
over.
isn't exactly where
Never
Sora's
get
journey
tired.
begins. We first take control of Sora during a nightmare. In a pitch black abyss, a single pillar stands tall. This stained glass beacon of light is where we take our first steps. Creepy or scary aren't the words I'd use for describing Sora's nightmare. Disconcerting and surreal are the best adjectives I can think of to encompass this dream. The first time I played KH, I remember being shocked at this dark and isolated world. I never thought that a game featuring Donald and Goofy on the box art would be so
Intense.
ominous. I found the music in this section especially haunting.
ominous.
This is where we
That's what I
first
was
hear
gonna
that
say, too.
infamous tune, D'Estati. I vividly remember this track conjuring up a mixture of unease and excitement. I was simultaneously ready to start this adventure, but also afraid of what was waiting for me in the dark. As we progress through Sora's nightmare, a strange disembodied voice guides us. Their cryptic
part,
messages only
chat.
served to make my kid self feel
This
even
part
more
had
uneasy.
No, this part
For a
this part had
while, I remember
music.
there being a very popular fan theory that this voice originated from a character that appears in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. When I beat BBS myself, I was 100% all for this theory. It just made perfect sense given the game's ending. Then, it was confirmed that this voice is actually King Mickey. Okay, I won't lie, imagining Mickey saying all of these lines sorta...
The power of the guardian, kindness to aid your friends, a shield to repel all. What? I didn't know that. I didn't know. Wait, since when? Since when was this Mickey's voice?
Kills the mood just a little bit. I mean, can you imagine having a horrifying nightmare, then being accompanied by the disembodied voice of Bugs Bunny? Further into the dream, things start to get a bit existential. In this eerie replication of Sora's island, we can walk up to Tidus, Waka, and Selphie to answer some questions. What are you
confirmed
so
that?
afraid of? What
Jack,
do you want out of life?
Can someone confirm that? Can someone confirm that it actually is Mickey Mouse? 'Cause that's kind of crazy. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. 'Cause I mean, it is what it is. Also, this part right here, because this is still the part where you know nothing about the game either. This is your first time on the beach, and these kids from Final Fantasy are asking you serious questions, while that music is still playing in the background. So yeah, this game was definitely like, what do you want out of life? I'm 12 years old. I'm 13. To see rare sights, to broaden my horizon, to be strong. Obviously, there was no computers back, or computers were back then, but people couldn't just go on YouTube to, ooh, which one do I select on to make sure I get the right decision. I want the good ending. There wasn't, not that that'd be crazy if Kingdom Hearts did that, but there was not, like, as a kid you don't know that there's only just one ending. But it was just like, my thought process was like, oh shoot, I gotta choose the right one. I can't just look it up on YouTube. There's no TikToks, there was no nothing. I had to like heighten up my senses, be like, okay, to see rare sights, to broaden my horizons, to be strong. I think this was like my first time like I had to pick. I think if I can think back to when I was young, to see rare sights, to broaden my horizon, to be strong, I want to say I picked this one or this one.
What's most important to you?
Being the number one, friendship, my prized possession. I think I select friendship because I didn't really care about being number one.
At this point in my life, I don't think I had ever thought about what scared me the most or what was most important to me.
Yeah.
When I was faced with these questions, I remember just sitting there and really thinking to myself, what
Facts.
do I want out of life?
I sat there for a
These
long
existential
time.
feelings are present all throughout the beginning of KH.
I'm just a kid, bro. I'm just like, what do you want from me, man? I'm just a kid.
Hell, the game opens up with these lines.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
Having weird, real or not?
Like, is any of this for real or not?
I had no idea how or if these questions would affect gameplay, so I just answered them as honestly as possible. Years later, I finally looked up the significance of these questions and found out that they affected how Sora earned XP throughout the journey. Depending on how you answer these questions, you can level up faster for the first 50 levels, level up faster after level 50, or level up evenly throughout the adventure. You know, prior to the days where I had technology at my fingertips, the intro to Kingdom Hearts was a complete mystery to me. I chose a weapon, fingertips, the intro to Kingdom.
What are you so afraid of? Getting old, being different, being indecisive. I think I clicked on getting old, because obviously no one wants to get old, but being different.
Kingdom Hearts was a complete mystery to me. I chose a weapon, sacrificed a weapon, and answered questions that I had never been asked before. As nice as it is to know how all of these experiences will impact the adventure, I miss the days of just being able to sit and wonder. When I was a kid, I had a few theories as to what these choices would influence in the main game. I remember thinking that saying friendship is most important to me meant that maybe party members would be more protective of Sora. Maybe they would use more defensive spells and items more frequently.
Think any of that.
I also remember thinking that by choosing to see rare sights, it meant that I would encounter worlds like Neverland and Monstro more easily. Since I noticed on repeat playthroughs that it took forever for me to run into Monstro and Hook's ship. Of course, I couldn't have been more incorrect, but it was fun to just sit there and theorize. Sometimes I wish we could return to the days where we'd all just sit and worry about if we made the right choice. As we advance in the dream, more enemies appear and Destati starts to ramp up in energy. When we reach this yellow pillar, the chorus kicks in and another monster takes shape from Sora's shadow. This scene still gives me chills.
The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes. Was such a fucking bar to me as a kid. I was like, yo, he's speaking facts. Like, this is some woke shit that I'm like, yo, it's crazy. The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes. And then a fucking shadow popped out of this nigga's shadow. And I said, oh, hopefully my mom doesn't pop up, but she's definitely not gonna like me playing this game. And then it said, don't be afraid. I'm like, what? Why would I be afraid? And then now I'm starting to like panic at this moment. I'm starting panicking. Like, this is generally me, my reaction when I was a kid. And then it said, and don't forget. Something about strength. Like, how can you not feel adventurous? Like, I was I didn't realize what world I was entering myself into.
Back on Destiny Island, Sora wakes up from his nightmare and we have to prepare materials for the raft. One thing you need to know about me is that I love Destiny Islands. It is forever cemented as one of my favorite video game levels of all time. When I was a kid, I had a separate save file dedicated solely for messing around on the island. Yes, despite my fear of sea creatures that could eat me whole, beaches are extremely nostalgic for me. I remember constantly racing against Riku and battling the Final Fantasy kids. I didn't appreciate it at the time because I hadn't played FF10 or 8, but it's so cool that you can chat with these guys.
I think you've gotten stronger, but odds are you're still no match for Riku. We took him on 3-1 last time, and he whipped us all. Well, I guess Kairi can always count on him.
Guess Yuna can always count on me.
Show that nigga who's boss.
There's one area on the islands that did creep me out just a little bit. Behind the waterfall you can find the secret area. This area itself is actually pretty cozy and neat. Along the rock walls here you can see various drawings. Some of them even foreshadow Sora's adventure.
What? I have to.
On the second day at Destiny Islands, we head inside the secret area to collect mushrooms for the trip.
See, I love how with Kingdom Hearts you learn something every time.
But once we pick up the mushrooms, Sora kneels down and begins a new drawing. In the middle of scribbling, he's approached by this character.
What? Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
As a kid, this cutscene used to deeply unnerve me. I remember finding this character's voice and appearance just so intimidating. It also creeped me out how this robed figure managed to disappear without a trace. Then, before I could even process anything, that upbeat Destiny Islands tune slowly fades back in like nothing even happened. Yep. Sora never tells the other kids about this incident and never brings up this experience again.
That door back there, I deadass thought like, damn, there's no way we can get into this. I tried every single thing. I tried to I was so dumb back then, but I mean, that's just me being adventurous as a kid, like in the game. Like I would try to get that door open. God damn. Damn. Right there. Yep. Here it is.
Deeply unnerved me. I remember finding this character's voice and appearance just so intimidating. It also creeped me out how this robed figure...
So yeah, this door right here, like mind you, I couldn't tell. Like I was just, I don't know what, but like I'm literally trying to get you guys to like think as what I was thinking as a kid. Like I'm trying everything in my world like possible to get into that door. And like, lo and behold, like, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If he shows up, he shows it.
Managed to disappear without a trace. Then, before I could even process anything, that upbeat Destiny Islands tune slowly fades back in like nothing even happened. Sora never tells the other kids about this incident and never brings up this experience again, like it was some kind of dream. Much later in the game, it's revealed that this is Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, the big bad guy we need to defeat. Later that night, a terrible storm hits the island and Sora rushes over to secure the raft. Then we find Kairi in the secret place, the same place where we encountered that robed figure. At this moment, Kairi's heart is taking refuge within Sora. This is why she fades right through him and completely vanishes. It's a huge twist that isn't revealed until you reach Hollow Bastion. One thing that the game doesn't explain though is how Kairi's heart is separated from her body. When I thought about this as a kid, my mind leapt to the worst possible scenarios. Was she attacked? Did Ansem appear and try to take her heart? Is that line from Tidus supposed to be foreshadowing for how Riku failed to protect her? Whatever the truth was, I always assumed that Kairi's fate was something grisly. However, I recently discovered that what happened to Kairi was marginally less grim than I imagined. What happens to Kairi is explained in the Kingdom Hearts Ultimania, the story before Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh my god, that name is a mouthful. On page 126, we can find this piece of text that reads, "When darkness engulfed Destiny Islands, Kairi sensed that Ansem was targeting her as a princess of heart. So her heart left her body on the spot and took shelter within Sora. Kairi's heart was with Sora after that, and they went on adventures together with neither one of them aware of this fact. My kid self can rest easy now knowing that Kairi wasn't brutally destroyed by a swarm of shadows.
Dude, this is gonna get copyright. I can just tell. How is this nigga's video not copyright? He's gonna get fucked in the fucking butt.
After the destruction of Sora's Island, he lands in Traverse Town, a beautiful, cozy town for those who lost their worlds to darkness. It's also where we watch a man die.
Yeah. Straight murdered. Murder. The nigga just got murdered in front of
These
a
are the Heartless,
10-year-old kid,
creatures
bro.
born from the darkness within someone's heart. That name really confused me as a kid because, like, we see them take someone's heart. Why Heartless if Heartless has heart? From Ansem's reports, it seems likely that he named them Heartless because of their brutal nature, but weird, right? This scene in the manga is,
sense.
in my opinion, way darker. In the manga, a soldier Heartless appears, stabs a woman in the chest, rips her heart out of her body, and crushes it in its hands. Jesus. As vicious
shit.
as Heartless appear,
Like
a
I
majority
said,
of
bro,
them
y'all don't
didn't
know.
really scare me in
manga
the
is
slightest.
crazy,
In fact, I thought
and
the
the
Shadow and
mobile
Soldier
game is
Heartless were
crazy.
adorable. I didn't want to kill them. I wanted my own army of them in a creature collecting type game. And who would have guessed that my wish would be granted? Sorta. There are some Heartless that did freak me out, but we'll get to that later.
Those are Dream Eaters, by the way. Not Heartless, so if you guys are confused. I mean, they're roughly, you know. Oh, this is where we really get to see a nigga get murdered. You see Tarzan, you know a nigga dies. A nigga dies. in
Sora
this one,
and
too.
crew land in this world
I
after
was surprised
Sora
that
and
they did it in
Donald
this
get into
game.
a little argument. This leads to the gummy ship
Or was it
crashing
the-
down and separating the squad. Donald and Goofy land in a
this
bamboo
one?
thicket while Sora lands in a treehouse. Inside the treehouse, we're acquainted with the lethal leopard herself, Sabor. Now, Sabor used to really freak me out, and most of that fear came from the film Tarzan.
Yep.
In case you need a little reminder of Sabor's dirty deeds, this leopard is responsible for killing and eating Kerchak and Kala's baby, killing Tarzan's parents, nearly killing a baby Tarzan, and nearly killing an adult Tarzan.
I was
Older
scared,
Disney
nigga.
movies didn't fuck around. Tarzan especially. As if Sabor wasn't horrifying enough, we
remember
also get Clayton's
video
death
games
scene.
scare me and
Remember
the
that?
movies scare
That
me.
was traumatizing. When Sabor leapt out at me in the treehouse, I was instantly reminded of her brutality, and I definitely panicked. On a totally unrelated note, did you know that this is one of the few fights that you can lose in KH and the story will progress anyways? I feel like it's something that most people don't know. I mean, imagine losing to one of the easiest bosses in the game. Embarrassing. Once we reunite with Donald and Goofy, we can run into Sabor again in several areas of Deep Jungle. Sabor has a chance of spawning whenever you enter the treehouse, cliff, bamboo thicket, and camp areas. The frightening thing about these encounters is how Sabor manages to sneak up on the party. Typically when you enter battle, your command deck turns red, the music changes to the battle theme, and you hear the noise of Heartless appearing. When Sabor appears, you won't know she's there until she's very close to you. Here's some footage of me blindly running into her as she saunters towards me. Note how the command deck didn't turn red and the music didn't change at all until she was inches away from me. In this piece of footage, the command deck and the music
Like I
did
said,
change,
Kingdom
but
Hearts
for a
1 was
moment I
such
couldn't see Sabor.
different
All I could
fucking
hear
game,
was
bro.
her footsteps as she
Kingdom Hearts
approached.
was so different.
Even though she scared me as a kid, I love Sabor's portrayal in Kingdom Hearts. I love how she constantly pursues the party even after we defeat her. In terms of gameplay, she feels just as relentless as her film counterpart. We have a second mini-boss encounter with Sabor in the bamboo thicket, and here she's got a new trick up her sleeve. Throughout the battle, Sabor will randomly jump into the thicket and rummage around. Moments later, she'll jump out and slash at you. Sabor used to beat my ass, guys. It was embarrassing. When we do finally defeat her, she just straight up dies. She doesn't escape again or get knocked unconscious. She's dead. And not only do we kill Sabor, but we take one of her fangs and can even equip it as armor. Sora's a bloodthirsty little freak for taking that.
Alright, here comes niggas complaining about this world. No, this is Kingdom Hearts 2. This world was great. It was a little bit confusing. I'm not gonna lie, this world was confusing.
In the optional world of Atlantica, we can find another non-Heartless type enemy similar to Sabor. In this area, we can find a sunken ship, and after heading inside, we catch a glimpse of a familiar character. Inside the ship, the world suddenly goes eerily quiet. The only noise comes from Sora and the party as they swim around. As we move towards this treasure chest, the camera shifts away from Sora, now at a fixed position. Then this happens.
Oh yeah,
This is Glut the Shark. Thanks to that jump scare, he was the one enemy in this game that scared me more than Sabor. I have a very distinct fear of waterbound enemies, and part of that originated from Glut, and another shark that we don't have to talk about right now. Just like Sabor, Glut can appear in multiple areas. In both the Undersea Valley and the Sunken Ship area, we can catch Glut on the prowl. Glut also shares Sabor's ability to roam about the area before initiating a battle. Luckily, Glut doesn't appear to be as intelligent as Sabor, so we can avoid battles by staying out of his line of sight. This is my preferred method of dealing with Glut because he can hit like a truck. He also has an attack where he can dash forward to cover distance very quickly. Not only is it shocking to see him move so fast, but it also means that escape is very difficult to pull off if you're not already close to an exit. We only need to defeat him once to progress the story, but even after being defeated, he'll still appear in Atlantica. Glut has no death scene and will always swim away after being defeated. Glut only stops spawning after the final keyhole is opened in Hollow Bastion. After that point, he's replaced by Heartless. While we're here in Atlantica, I also want to highlight another spooky area, that being Ursula's lair. Before we even step inside, we can see that Ursula is hidden away inside of the remains of a giant creature. This creature's origin isn't explained in-game, and I don't recall it being explained in the film either. However, it is explained in the Little Mermaid comics. Published by Disney Comics in 1992, this 4-issue miniseries focuses on Ariel before the events of the Little Mermaid film. In the first issue, Ariel and Flounder are out exploring when suddenly they find a skull. The two are then trapped by a group of people called the Moray. These half-human, half-eel hybrids take Ariel back to their city for their upcoming festival. They take Ariel to spectate their Serpentine Festival, a celebration of Moray hunters and their strength. During the event, the Moray equip their most skilled hunters with knives and drop them into a labyrinth. The goal is for the hunters to find and kill a powerful creature before it kills them. They call this creature the Serpentine. In the following issue, the Moray stick the Serpentine on Ariel's sister, Aquata, who manages to evade the monster. Then Ariel drops a lead ball onto the Serpentine's head, which sends it into a rampage. It breaks free from the maze and the Moray hunters are forced to kill the beast. As the Moray are discussing what to do with the Serpentine's corpse, Ursula appears and makes them an offer. In exchange for the Serpentine's body, Ursula gives the Moray an opportunity to steal King Triton's crown and trident, allowing the King of the Moray to become the ruler of the Seven Seas. Of course, the Moray King fails to overthrow Triton, and Ariel is able to safely return home with her father. On the last page of the issue, we see Ursula taking up residence in the Serpentine's skeleton. The fact that we get to see the Serpentine in action at all is amazing. They really didn't need to give Ursula's house such a badass backstory. Though I am really glad that this is something that was only kept in the comics. Navigating an underwater maze while being chased by a sea dragon would have sent me into a coma. Back to the KH depiction of Ursula's lair, heading towards the Serpentine's body puts us in the creature's mouth.
Give it up for the Kingdom Hearts. That's why I say Kingdom Hearts 1 had so much love into it that when you see Kingdom Hearts 3, like, you just go, wow. You go, really? Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 did so much love, bro. like just insane love. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Inside, we can see its long spine and ribcage stretch all the way back to Ursula's main room. On the bottom of the Serpentine's insides, we find dozens of little small things staring back at us. This is Ursula's garden, and these are her sea polyps. All of these polyps were once merpeople who came to Ursula for help, but once they were unable to satisfy her demands, she turned them into this. These guys both creeped me out and kinda broke my heart. Yes, their appearance is ghoulish, but you can also tell that they're suffering. If you dive into the bed of polyps, they all turn towards Sora. It feels like they want to ask him for help, but they don't have the means to do so. In the Kingdom Hearts manga, all of the polyps are able to transform back into merpeople once Ursula is defeated. Unfortunately, the polyps in the game still linger even after we defeat Ursula. In KH2, Ursula turns King Triton into a polyp, but he's saved once we defeat Ursula again. So maybe this time around, all the other polyps were saved too.
I mean, if it happened in the manga, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know. I'm trying to think, what part scared me? Dark Heartless. No. I want to say Dark Heartless Sora maybe scared me for a little bit. Or maybe
on Captain Hook's ship, we run into
crocodile.
Riku. He's found Kairi's lifeless body and shares that the Heartless now obey his command. He demonstrates his dark power by creating a Heartless from Sora's shadow. This guy creeped me out, but also amazed me at the same time. I know it's cheesy and a little dumb at times, but I love the evil doppelganger trope. I think my love for this trope originated with Shadow the Hedgehog. Because of him, I always thought that the evil version of a character was essentially just the cooler version. So, of course, I saw evil Sora and got very excited. Except, Shadow Sora is kind of a dork. This is yet another unique enemy that you'll repeatedly encounter as you explore this world. When you run into Shadow Sora, he kinda just flies around the room and hangs out. He'll even do a little dance sometimes. Look at him, he's adorable.
He's just teasing niggas.
As goofy as he can be, this replica of Sora does bear a pretty ghoulish appearance. Because he is a copy of Sora's shadow, he lacks any of the detail that the original Sora has. His face is all smoothed over, his clothes are flat, and he doesn't even wield a keyblade. He looks like a weird naked doll. Gross. In the captain's cabin, we fight a more complete Sora clone.
Yeah, this one.
Riku, wait!
This one is so fucking hard.
This is Anti-Sora, a more threatening version of Shadow Sora. This clone has glowing eyes, a more detailed look, and actually wields a keyblade. Shadow Sora is a lot closer to what I expected when I imagined an evil version of Sora. He's mysterious, strong, and speechless for a maxed out coolness factor. I always played this game on Proud Mode, and hot damn did Shadow Sora kick the shit out of me. I started this fight thinking that Shadow Sora was very cool, and 5 attempts later, I hate his guts. It's crazy to me that in the manga, Sora kills this guy with a single strike. I also think that it's a really cute detail how once you beat this boss, Sora gets his shadow back. Yeah, no, I never realized that after you encounter Riku on Hook's ship, you actually lose your shadow. Believe it or not, this wasn't the only boss in Neverland that creeped me out. First, let's do a little story time. When I was a kid, I remember bragging to an older family member about finally beating Kingdom Hearts. They seemed pretty happy for me, and then they asked if I had revisited Neverland. I was like, no, why would I do that? Then they told me to go to Neverland and chat with Tinkerbell to get some super awesome reward. And me, being a stupid idiot child, was like, okay, I believe you. So I went and did what they said, and...
Is this remade? Oh, this. Was this in the original though?
Meet the Neverland Phantom, a symbol of the first time I was ever betrayed. This guy horrified me for 2 reasons. The first is obviously his appearance.
Yo.
I forgot. I actually have some stuff to do in the morning, so I'm going home.
Oh, okay. Cool. You said what?
Probably come over in the afternoon.
That's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
Alright, you have a good one.
I'm going to church tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, tell me how that goes.
I will.
That's nothing
I'm going with my friend Josiah.
from work.
From work, yeah.
Cool. That's what's up. If anyone asks, which I doubt, but if they do, let them know I missed them as well. You know how to say.
I will.
But yeah, all right. You have fun.
I'm sure it'll be a good time. I'm not going to I'm not going back to being consistent with it. I just kind of want to visit.
No, I got you.
The church.
No, yeah.
I don't know. If I do, I do. If I don't.
If you do, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Actually, that's not. That's not.
Less if I do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. I was like, wait a minute. Can't really use that one in that one. But shoot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just driving home now. I'm falling behind Matt.
Was it lit?
It was okay. It was an alright time. And yeah, it was like $20 to get in.
Die.
Yeah, it was kind of steep.
Jeez. Well, hopefully we can get my money up. We can get that going, but yeah, I got you. It was probably just like a typical DJ night then.
They had like dad rock in the front, and then the DJs in the back.
Oh.
Like they're playing like Creed, and like there's a cover band doing like 80s rock, and then they ended the night with like some punk stuff. It was like, yeah. Step back from that ledge, my friend. I would understand, yeah. They want to see me again. Like that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. Sounds like almost like skater songs. Almost. Like 90s.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time.
Freaking sounds like it, mate. Put this here.
I'll see you later, man.
Alright, you have a good night. Be safe.
You too.
Alright, bruh.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. That's the homie.
Appearance. This Heartless looks just like a Reaper in the original game. A very fitting appearance for a challenging secret boss. The second thing about this.
Chat. I don't think I've ever fought this boss. Which, if this character is canon, I will literally go back and fight on stream. For those that don't know, whoever's watching this on YouTube, I still have two. If this is canon, then it'd be two. But if it's not, then one. So I have one challenge that I have to do. So if you guys beat Kingdom Hearts 3, you know that there's that round table thing. Not round table, but it's like where you fight all the organization. I did not do that because it was hard. But I knew I was going to go back eventually and go back and do it because I always still go back and fight the bosses like that. And I will have to... when there is a Kingdom Hearts 4 announcement, when there's another trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, I already said this to the stream a long time ago, I will literally come back, play those fights live on stream. Also, I'll probably get it off stream. I'll get the unlimited Ultimate Blade. So I'll do that one off stream. And then I will do all the fights on stream. If this fight is canon, like it was like in the original Kingdom Hearts, I will go back and play this game. Because I did not know. Like I saw it before. Like when I replayed Kingdom Hearts again. But I didn't fight him because I didn't know if he was originally in the original OG game. So I was just like,
This guy is one of his primary abilities. At the start of the battle, the Phantom will cast Doom on one of your party members. This spell places a number above the victim's head that will slowly tick down. Once that number hits 0, that party member is incapacitated and cannot be revived. This process repeats until Sora is affected and his timer runs out. I remember thinking that the Phantom was literally killing my party members, explaining why I couldn't revive them with cure spells and items. I also never figured out how to counter Doom, so I had to go beg family for help. The trick is that you need to cast Stop Magic on the clock tower to freeze the timer. Then you're free to go and wail on the Phantom. The catch is that the effects of Stop will eventually wear off, forcing you to recast the spell multiple times throughout the fight. Having to constantly manage your MP while also watching the Doom timer made this fight extremely stressful. As I've said in previous videos, timers used to make me panic like no other, and this fight was no exception. I only managed to defeat the Phantom as a kid by grinding XP until Sora was unbelievably overleveled. It's definitely a strategy. Looking back, I think that it is so sick that a Heartless designed to look like a Reaper makes you so conscious of the passage of time. Death is always on the back of your mind during this fight, and it only grows stronger as those numbers tick down. I did wonder though why such a creepy foe appeared in Neverland. So recently I tried doing some research.
Okay, let me check. Let me just ask ChatGPT, because he's saying as a kid, and that's kind of like, okay, well. We're checking this live right now on Twitch, so if you haven't, follow me on Twitch and hit that notification. You know what I'm saying? You just happen to catch it. So there is a character in Kingdom Hearts 1 called the Phantom in Wonderland. Is that character originally in the Kingdom Hearts game? Okay, let's see. Good question. A nice cut to that. The Phantom is actually original to the Kingdom Hearts series, not character that comes from okay. The Phantom appears in Kingdom Hearts 1 as a secret boss at the Neverland Clock Tower. Not Wonderland. It's a Heartless, one of the most powerful optional bosses in the game. I did not know that. Design and concept doesn't exist at any Disney properties. Okay. So wait. See, my soundboard is everywhere, bruh. But whatever, bro. So it does look like I am fighting the Phantom. He is canon to the original Kingdom Hearts game. The crazy part is I never decided to for those that are watching, I play Kingdom Hearts damn near every single year. Or at least every time there's an announcement of a Kingdom Hearts game, I replay every single one. That also includes the movies, the trailers, the blah, blah, blah. I play every single thing over again. One of my times when I went through this game, I saw him. I thought, he was just added DLC because I got the Kingdom Hearts 0.2 something, which is they updated obviously the quality of the game. They added certain levels to it. And I thought that was part of the game. Like, I remember playing Kingdom Hearts when I first played it, that I never went back to this, which I should have, but I never went back to it because, again, there wasn't YouTube or anything like that. So I just never crossed my mind. But like when I went back to it, maybe I want to say it's probably 3 years ago. When I went back through it, I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, he's probably just part of the game. But
to figure out if Peter Pan had a strong connection to death in the original book. Now, I did struggle to find any connections to death or Reapers, but I did find a disturbing fact. I found out that in the original book by J.M. Barrie, it's implied that Peter Pan kills the Lost Boys. The boys on the island vary, of course, in numbers according as they get killed and so on. And when they seem to be growing up, which is against the rules, Peter thins them out. But at this time there were 6 of them, counting the twins as 2. It Is possible that by thins them out could mean a few things, like maybe Peter just takes them back to the real world, or tosses them off the island and indirectly kills them. Either way, it's pretty disturbing, and I'm sure that it has no correlation to the Phantom from Kingdom Hearts.
Probably not, but that is crazy though. That is a good theory to think about though. Did I ever get scared in this stage? Yes, because it's Halloween. Everything here is creepy.
I mean, we kinda have to talk about the spookiest level in all of KH, right? Halloween Town is my favorite world in this game, and I won't lie, a lot of that love comes from...
Let's just say it made me tread lightly, because you never know what's popping out of the corner. This game definitely kept me on my toes.
From the film it's based on. However, the Kingdom Hearts interpretation of this world is amazing, and I love it dearly. For starters, look at Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They all get these sick, creepy outfits. Donald is a mummy, Goofy is a Frankenstein-type monster, and Sora is a vampire. At least, I think he's a vampire. He's got fangs and these cool bat wings. Everyone looks great. My biggest wish for future games in this series is the option to wear these outfits in whatever world I want. It's genuinely such a shame that these outfits only stick around for one world. These cosmetic changes are also applied to the Heartless.
I get it, but like, I like the fact that every world has a different outfit, or it has Sora's normal outfit. I feel like I do feel like people should still be able to pick their own outfits. That would be cool.
In this world. The Heartless here look a lot darker and have different textures. It's hard to describe, but they look more gritty and detailed. For example, look at the White Mushroom Heartless. In any other Disney world, they have these tan bodies and big red hats. In Halloween Town, their bodies look like a burlap sack, and their hats look like they were crudely stitched together. It's fun that both Sora and the Heartless get a little makeover in this world. I like how the Mushroom Heartless specifically resemble Oogie a little bit. The world itself is very fun to just run around and explore. Guillotine Square, Moonlight Hill, and Oogie's Manor are all awesome places to just exist in. I love the deep red sky in Guillotine Square and all those jack-o'-lanterns scattered everywhere. There's also the Days Till Halloween counter revealing that Sora arrived in town on September 25th. It's a really cute detail. My only problem with this world is that Oogie's Manor is destroyed after we defeat Oogie. Once the keyhole is sealed, this spooky tower is reduced to a pile of rubble, and that always depressed me. I know there's nothing left to do once we seal the keyhole, but I just like having the tower here. Yes, it is a pain to fight Heartless on the tower, only to end up falling off and having to climb your way back up, but like, purely for the aesthetics, the tower is amazing. The story of this world is also pretty neat. Jack is trying to gain control over the Heartless to make Halloween even more terrifying. He teams up with Dr. Finkelstein and they get to work on making an artificial heart. It's a cool concept, as this is the first Disney world we enter where its inhabitants are already aware of the Heartless. I really want to know what the Doctor could cook up if we handed over all of Ansem's reports. I just want to see what would happen. I also just love having Jack Skellington in the party. One of my favorite games I used to play as a kid was The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. In this game, Jack has a green whip thing that he uses to attack. He calls it the Soul Robber, and I always wish they'd let him use it in a Kingdom Hearts game. Yes, I understand that it's extremely niche, and it really doesn't matter, but I think it would be funny.
This world was definitely eerie as well.
The second to last world we visit is Hollow Bastion. To me, Hollow Bastion radiates an energy similar to the one we experience in the opening Dive to Heart segment. Like it's a concoction of epic and mysterious. Something about the track that plays here played a huge part in creating that atmosphere. Also, the battle theme here is straight up fantastic. It's easily in my top 3 tracks for...
This stage just told me I need to lock in. I just remember the stage is like, the music was hitting, I need to lock in. Also, I need to lock into every single detail because you were actually learning a lot of lore in this stage. You were learning some lore about Ansem, the Heartless. You were learning a lot.
Kingdom Hearts 1. The main thing I want to talk about in Hollow Bastion is a key story moment. After our battle with Riku, we see him meet up with that creepy man in robes from Destiny Islands. The robed man convinces Riku to open his heart to darkness, which allows the mysterious figure to possess him. At Hollow Bastion's keyhole, we see Riku in his possessed form. This scene used to really creep me out because of the way that Riku speaks. Both him and Ansem speak at the same time, and it produces a very spooky effect.
I loved it. It wasn't creepy.
So, I see the path has emerged at last.
Yes. The keyhole to the darkness.
Unlock it, and the Heartless will overrun this world.
Riku also reveals to Sora that Kairi's heart rests within him, and he tries to pry Kairi's heart out of his body. Once we deal with Riku, we still have to figure out how to...
Riku's fucking fight was insane, bro. That had me tooth and nails, bro.
Free Kairi's heart and seal the key.
This was my Elden Ring. This was my Elden Ring.
Sora, hold on!
Nigga said, hold on. Right there, that's why I knew Sora was a real...
My jaw was on the floor during this scene. Horrified, angry, upset, every negative emotion hit me like a tidal wave. I was distraught. What absolutely kills me about this scene is that smile that Sora flashes at Donald and Goofy. It's a parallel to the scene in Traverse Town at the beginning of the game. As I'm a sobbing mess and pulling myself together, gameplay somehow resumes. In this moment, we briefly play as a Shadow Heartless. I won't lie guys, when I saw that we were playing as a Heartless, all of my grief had instantly vanished. I was so excited, I was hopping all over the place and just running around. Like I mentioned earlier, I loved the Heartless, and being able to play as one as a kid just sent me to the moon. By the time I advanced the story and Kairi saved Sora, I had already forgotten.
I wasn't happy, I was just like, please Donald, Goofy, don't freaking kill me, bro. Don't kill me, I'm a Heartless, bro, don't kill me, bro.
And that Sora had died. I was just so happy to be a Heartless. I thought it was so cool.
This part didn't creep me out. This did. And this part right here did creep me out. And then there's one more room that really creeped me out.
The last stop on our journey is the end of the world. A culmination of all the worlds taken by darkness. When we take our first steps here, it's completely silent. But when we step out into this endless void, we hear a familiar tune. This track sounds very similar to Destati, the track that we hear in the very beginning of the game. Even this world's battle theme bears resemblance to Destati. Yet despite how similar these tracks sound, I feel like the end of the world sounds more...
I don't know if you ever had a boss fight, where it's super intense, super scary, and you're just like fighting to like hurry up and destroy them. Like, I hate spiders in video games. I hate it. And then so like especially when I played Harry Potter, bro, I could have taken off the thing where it takes off the spiders and they make them something else, but I was like, nah, I'm a real nigga. But so what I did was essentially like I just try to fight them to get them out the way. I don't care how many, even if they're hiding in corners, I killed every single thing. With these guys, they made me feel the same way. Like, I just had to get them out the way because one, they're powerful, and two, they're
melancholic and bleak. It's the perfect vibe for a world that's just a collection of destroyed worlds.
And they were bodying
Further
me.
into this world, we find these pillars of light that contain smaller versions of worlds we've previously explored. It feels a lot more spooky to hear this theme playing while fighting in the colorful and silly worlds like Atlantica. Deeper and deeper into this world, we continue to encounter old worlds, kill Heartless, and move on. The process repeats until...
this fight, this creepy fight, where I thought, damn, this is the devil himself. We're fighting the motherfucking devil. I thought it was also beautiful. Yeah, this sent me through the freaking roof.
When 7-year-old me reached this scene, I got up, walked over to my PS2, and turned it off. I picked up this game because I wanted to fly through space and explore the worlds of some of my favorite Disney films.
Exactly,
I
bro.
never thought it would lead to a battle against Satan himself.
Exactly.
Say hello to Chernobog, a demon featured in Disney's Fantasia. It goes without saying, but yes, he absolutely terrified me. He just comes completely out of left field. There's no mention of him prior to this battle, and he's not associated with the Disney villains from the game's story, nor is he associated with any Kingdom Hearts original character. I think the closest bit of foreshadowing we get comes from the Traverse Town Hotel. In one of the rooms we can find a painting that, when inspected, says Bald Mountain 7 AM. Bald Mountain is of course where Chernobog resides in Fantasia. Besides that very obscure little detail, you'll have no idea that Chernobog is coming. This was my first exposure to this character. I'd never seen Fantasia at this point in my life.
They wanted niggas to be scarred as a kid, bro. They were not playing, bro. I remember fighting this nigga. This nigga creeped me out. They were not playing. If you were a kid, GG's, bro.
When Chernobog appeared, I thought I was either legitimately fighting the devil or a giant heartless. As a kid, I never even bothered to check Jiminy's journal to verify who this guy was because I didn't even want to look at him. Turns out it didn't even matter because Chernobog is one of only 8 enemies in the game who doesn't have a journal entry. Spooky. As if his appearance wasn't terrifying enough, that music that plays during the battle was pure nightmare fuel. After finally watching Chernobog's segment in Fantasia, I can't help but feel like they could have done more with him in KH. In the film, it's explained that Bald Mountain, where Chernobog resides, is the gathering place of Satan and his followers. Here, creatures of evil gather to worship this giant demon. We see Chernobog call forth a surge of ghosts and demons that dance by his side all throughout the night. It is a beautifully animated scene that is absolutely stunning. I strongly encourage you to watch it if you haven't seen it already. I think it could have been very cool to have Chernobog's world appear in the end of the world. Maybe Sora, Donald, and Goofy battle their way up Bald Mountain before finally destroying Chernobog. Or at the very least, Chernobog could have been involved with Maleficent and her little group of Disney villains. Honestly, I would have been fine with just about anything that made him more relevant to the game's plot. We almost had something really cool with Chernobog in Dream Drop Distance, but man, that fight is really lame. It's just so slow and repetitive. Not trying to say that the fight in KH is utterly fantastic by any means.
But no, bro, you can tell there was like a lot of love in this part. If you play the other fight, it's just like, alright. Well, this one's just like, the other one just felt like, alright, just another boss. Well, this one was like, damn, is this the all boss that we're fighting? I'm thinking at this point, this is the big boss.
I mean, my go-to strat every time is to just hide in his neck and wail on him. But in DDD, you just dodge these things, hit Chernobog 3 times, and we're done. I will give the game props though. I think that narratively, it's very cool to have Riku fighting a giant demon. As a character who's grappled with the darkness in his heart, having Riku defeat a giant symbol of evil is a neat way of illustrating how he's conquered that darkness. But we don't really talk about it all too much. I don't even think that Chernobog gets a name drop. It makes me so sad. Inside the volcanic crater left behind by Chernobog, we can find pieces of the worlds destroyed by darkness. These long corridors are full of the remains of various worlds. We can see the scary trees from Snow White's world and King Stefan's castle from Aurora's world. There's also this patch of grass and trees that I feel resembles the wilderness from Aurora's world, but I don't know, that one could be a stretch. Either way, it's in these halls that we witness firsthand all that's left of the worlds that fell to the Heartless. It's a grim detail that I really enjoy, and I wish they went a little more crazy with it. I really liked seeing this concept fleshed out more in a fragmentary passage. At the heart of the end of the world, we battle Ansem, now in his physical form. Surprisingly, Ansem and his guard...
Chat. Let me tell you. My first playthrough playing this game. My very first. Fighting this nigga, Ansem. He was my Elden Ring boss. He was my Scarlet Witch. He was my Melania. I fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and fought, and I just kept losing to Ansem. I just kept losing to this dude. I remember as a kid, I was stuck. Till eventually, I learned that this is an RPG. Like as a kid, this is my first time ever learning about RPGs. And it just turned out I was low level. And I realized there was no way for me to level up at this part. Because you're already too far in this game. There's no sections where you could go back and do it again. There was no parts. It was, you got your last save part, which was on the beach. It was that, and I kid you not, I couldn't level up. So what did I do? I restarted my whole save and started back up again. And made sure that this time I was leveled enough, or at least decent. And then just to only find out that he wasn't, you just had to beat him. You had to fight him 2 times, right? You won with Donald and Goofy, and then the second time by yourself. And then to make things worse, you had to fight a whole spaceship of him. Like nigga was, Kingdom Hearts 1 was built different, bro. Y'all just don't know. Kingdom Hearts 1 was built different. That was the Elden Ring back then, bro. Y'all just don't know.
Surprisingly, Ansem and his Guardian didn't freak me out too much. I only started panicking whenever the Guardian would grab Sora and hold him in place. As
and if
a kid,
you know who the Guardian
really
is,
like
if you know, you know.
Mindlessly mash buttons. So the Guardian was responsible for many deaths in my fight against Ansem. But with enough practice, I did beat Ansem all on my own. After grinding to a ridiculously high level. Exactly. I swear this video is just me rediscovering how terrible I am at Kingdom Hearts.
Bro. Yeah,
moving on to Chain of Memories, this game takes place shortly after KH1 and follows Sora, Donald, and Goofy as they enter a mysterious castle. This place is known as Castle Oblivion. The trio explore this place in hopes of finding Riku and King Mickey.
So this is the next game after Kingdom Hearts 1. This game was definitely eerie because this game was so... Like, I hate how it was cards, but the game was so peak. Story was peak. For those that don't know, you go into a castle. These niggas in hoods. You never seen these niggas in hoods before. And these niggas pop up, tell you these things. And they tell you, hey, the further you go up in this castle, the more memory you lose. But you'll also gain some memories at the same time. So that, as a kid, that fucked me up mentally. So I'm like, huh? And like, I'm tripping too. As Sora's tripping, I'm tripping. That's why I say Kingdom Hearts around this time, like the people, the production, the team, everybody put their love into this, because the fact that I was a kid tripping as well, tripping balls, like, because like at one point, like I'm thinking Naminé has always been there. I'm thinking Naminé has always been there, bro. I'm thinking that. No. I'm thinking that Naminé has always been a character in this game. I'm like, yeah, bro, she has been there. Like Kairi, maybe it was really her, and maybe him, and maybe there's some lore to it.
But as they dive deeper into the castle, they lose more and more of their memories. I don't have a whole lot to say about this game in terms of enemies or locations. Most of the areas we explore in COM are just memories from the worlds that we visited in the first game. Though I was shocked by some of the story moments in this game. In this game, we're acquainted with a few members from Organization 13. These mysterious figures dressed in black coats would randomly appear, confuse Sora, and then disappear. Behind the scenes, we get to see how the organization members would work together to manipulate Sora. We also saw how quickly tension grew between each of the members of Organization 13. One thing leads to another, and this guy Axel is ordered to kill another member of the organization.
Axel, why? I came to stop you from talking too much. By eliminating your existence.
That nigga Axel was on...
Don't
BTA.
do it.
We are just nobodies who have no one to be, yet we still are. But now you can be nothing instead of just being a nobody.
You're off the hook.
That nigga love that shit.
No.
Axel
Please don't.
loved that shit. That nigga loved that shit. That nigga was different. That nigga was different. Axel was different. That
As a
nigga
kid,
loved
I
killing.
was appalled when I saw Vexen's death.
Facts.
Not because it was gory or anything like that, but because of the way that Vexen
Facts.
begs for his life.
Yes,
it was
bro,
also
Vexen
hard to
was-
watch Sora's delayed reaction to these events.
No cap. I said he's not gonna kill this nigga. Axel said, bet. Burn that nigga alive. Sora said, oh my god. I thought you guys were cool. Nigga said, and?
Unfolding in front
And
of him.
what?
He literally watched someone burn to death right in front of
Nigga
him.
said, and
I won't
what?
lie though, watching this scene as an adult, it's pretty funny. Just the way that Axel cuts him off, like,
I don't want to.
Goodbye.
come on. And this wouldn't be the last time we see people die in this game either. In Riku's campaign, we see Axel manipulate Riku Replica into killing another member of the organization.
You know,
Axel again
he's
being
as
on
good a place
BTA.
to start as any.
Axel was on BTA, bro. During Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory, Axel was a demon. This nigga was in the other people's voices, like in their ears saying like, nigga, I wouldn't let that nigga call you a pussy. Freaking Riku was like, nigga, I ain't no pussy. Check this out.
You can't do this.
Grab that nigga's shirt, ball his shirt up. Lift this grown man up. And just erased him. Just erased him from the world.
Zexion.
I feel like you could argue that this death scene is a lot darker than Vexen's solely because of how Zexion goes out. I got chills when I first saw that shot of Zexion's feet dangling in the air. As a kid, I didn't realize that Riku Replica was draining his life force, and I thought he was straight up suffocating Zexion. Organization members Larxene and Marluxia also die in this game, but their deaths aren't nearly as brutal in presentation. After being defeated by Sora, Larxene quietly fades away, and Marluxia lets out a scream as he fades. Though this scene rather than
That's what
one
it
of
looks
pain.
like, though.
The last organization
I was
member
just showing
that
you guys
dies in
what
this
it looked
game
like.
appears in Riku's campaign. It's not a brutal death by any means, but I thought it was very funny how Riku just trashes Lexius.
Too slow.
And while we're talking
Badass,
about
bro.
Riku, you know what else creeped me out in this game?
Badass. The
How much he
voice.
kept sniffing people.
I knew when I met you. You and Kairi smell the same.
Why would you say that to someone? Shiki was onto something.
You get out much?
On to Kingdom Hearts 2, you know the drill. It's another adventure with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. I was a bit older when I played this game, so there weren't many things that scared me, believe it or not. Yes, at the ripe old age of 11, I was basically impervious to fear. That's not to say that we don't come across any spooky locations or characters, of course.
Kingdom Hearts 2, another peak game that they actually put their love and heart into.
To run through these spooky aspects of KH2 in a quick lightning round because I've been talking for a long time and I still have things I want to get to. In KH2, there's Scar's ghost in the Pride Lands, the underworld in Olympus, the cursed pirates in Port Royal,
Pirates did scare
and
me.
of course the iconic Halloween Town.
underworld
As a
did
kid, none
scare
of
me.
these things really creeped me out, but I do love all of these
Not
aspects of
scared, but, like, creeped me
KH2.
out. There you
Let's
go. That's
start
a good
with
word.
Scar and the Pride
Scar
Lands. On our
definitely
second
creeped
visit
me
to the
out.
Pride Lands, we see that
'Cause that
Simba
nigga
is
was
haunted
dead.
by the ghost of Scar. As we explore this world, Scar's ghost will randomly appear and not attack. Yeah, as menacing as he may seem, Scar's ghost is one of the weakest enemies in the entire game. Though you'll only have realized this if you stand your ground and fight back. It's cool because the ghost functions the same way in the Pride Lands story arc. Scar's ghost can strike fear into Simba and prey upon his insecurities. But the moment Simba fights back, it's clear that Scar's ghost can't actually do anything to hurt him. Scar's ghost is just as weak as he appears on the field, and I only assume that he doesn't fling insults at Sora because he doesn't have any dirt on him. So yeah, the ghosts are essentially harmless if we ignore how they all like kind of converge and make one big heartless. That doesn't count. That's cheating.
there's a lot
Next,
of
there's the
moments.
underworld. I vividly remember this cutscene with Hades and being really confused by it.
Because you know deep down there's actual people dead that way.
As a kid, I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy X beyond Tidus being the protagonist. Now that I have beat FF10, I think this cameo is sick. It's so cool. Using the underworld as a way to bring back actual dead characters is a fantastic idea that I'd love to see utilized in future games. Maybe for KH original characters, or as a way to net some more Final Fantasy cameos. I'd love either. Also, I just want to say that because Hades refers to Auron as the mother of all bad guys, I spent the entirety of my playthrough thinking that Auron would betray the party. I actually walked away from FF10 really liking Auron, and I love all of his interactions with Sora. Next, there's the Cursed Pirates in Port Royal. The entire world itself is a complete clash from the art style we see in basically every other world. Port Royal is very detailed and gritty, which is why it's so awesome to see an anime boy tearing through realistic zombies. We also get to see a recreation of that scene with Barbossa and Elizabeth on the ship. I loved this scene in the film, and when I saw it in Kingdom Hearts, I vividly remember jumping up and pointing at it like an idiot. And finally, there is this game's iteration of Halloween Town. There are old areas to explore like the town square, Dr. Finkelstein's lab, and the Moonlight Hill, but the big new thing here is Christmas Town. Candy Cane Lane and Santa's house are very cool additions, but I'm not fully in love with this world.
Creepy.
Visually, I think that Halloween Town in this game looks great and I love being here. But gameplay wise, I feel like there isn't much to do outside of combat. The world design in KH2 is just very different from what we experienced in KH1. The first game had a lot of interactive elements like the flowers in Wonderland or cooking up items in Deep Jungle. You get rewarded for exploring and experimenting with the environment. While in KH2, we mostly do combat with a few minigames sprinkled here and there. Ultimately, this world isn't the best in the series by any means, but I love it solely because I like spooky Halloween type levels. Also, this world gets bonus points for giving Sora, Donald, and Goofy a new set of outfits in Christmas Town. Look at the boys, they look great. It's also amazing how Sora has variations for both his Christmas Town and Halloween Town outfits depending on what drive form he's using, which is the perfect segue to start talking about drive forms. In this game, Sora unlocks the ability to use drive forms after getting a new outfit from the 3 good fairies. Each of Sora's forms give him access to new abilities that make him stronger. Dual wielding, stronger spell casting, KH1 abilities, and so much more. When I first played this game, I loved letting my drive forms rip whenever possible. I loved being able to dual wield, so I would use Valor form against any enemy, even random Heartless. I'd see something move and I'd pop Valor form and...
Oh yeah,
what the hell is this? This
part definitely... I remember where it was like either it transformed me or you have to click on something. Boom, Heartless Sora. I was like, hey, yo, this is like, at this point I was like peak
anti-form. And when I first activated this form, I lost my mind. Sora's covered in darkness, running around on all fours, and he's going nuts.
It's like, bro, it's just to show that even because everybody knows Sora is like a caring person. He cares so much, but deep down there is still darkness in that nigga.
No Keyblade needed. He is full on clawing, punching, and kicking the shit out of everything.
And for those that don't know, the reason he's like this is because of Kingdom Hearts 1, where he stabbed himself and became Heartless. So that darkness still lives inside him.
Back to normal, I got over the shock and immediately wanted to activate it again. The trick is that anti-form has a chance of activating whenever using one of Sora's drive forms. Valor, Wisdom, Master, and Limit form all add 1 anti-point to an invisible counter when activated. As the number of points in the counter increases, so does the likelihood of activating anti-form. Certain situations can also increase the odds of activating anti-form, like if Sora's fighting a member of Organization 13, which explains why I activated this form so many times as a kid. That Zaldin fight gave me a tough time, and it only got worse as I kept trying to use Master form. But what is anti-form? It's the only form of the game that you can't select from the drive form menu, and it's not explained all too well. Sora sure doesn't react to it, it just kinda happens, then it's over. In a Famitsu interview with Tetsuya Nomura, director of Kingdom Hearts 2, he was asked the following question: is anti-form originated from when Sora got turned into a Heartless? To which he responds, story-wise, yes. Drives are very strong, so anti-form exists as a side effect of using too much power. System-wise, I wanted to create something strong but troublesome. Anti-form originating from the time that Sora was a Heartless is even hinted at in his Halloween Town outfit for KH2. If you enter anti-form in this world, the mask on Sora's head will change to resemble a Shadow Heartless. This is the same Heartless that Sora transformed into. I remember finding anti-form both creepy and badass. He's hunched over, running around like some kind of crazy animal. Also, his animation for when he's hanging onto a ledge, amazing. Anti-form is without a doubt my favorite form, and this is mainly due to the presentation, because playing as anti-form is awful. You can't use items, magic, or even block. It's just like Nomura says, strong but troublesome.
Look out!
Boom! Right to the freaking dome, nigga.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Goofy dies.
That nigga is literally dead. Okay, chat. That nigga died in this scene. I couldn't believe it. As a kid, I was like, they wouldn't do that, right? And then they carry on the series. They continue the story without Goofy. I was like, oh, Disney like that.
This game, I will be totally transparent. This scene didn't really get me too emotional as a kid. It's just that the whole time this is happening, I couldn't believe that they were actually killing Goofy off. Then I started theorizing about who could join the team while Goofy's knocked out, and I got kind of excited. I thought maybe Mickey would join us for a little while, or maybe even Kairi or Riku, and then Goofy just comes back. Sorry about that, Goof. I just wanted Kairi to do something cool. That was about all the creepy and spooky things I could dig up in the first 3 Kingdom Hearts games. Again, I'd love to tackle other games in the future, especially...
Oh, he got me there. I thought for a second that was something going on with my computer. Oh, this creepy part. I thought he wasn't going to talk about Twilight Town. Twilight Town, the whole shebang. Everything from the start of Twilight Town, chat. From the start of Twilight Town, everything was creepy. You're playing somebody you don't fucking know. You start getting those TV commercial stuff, and it's just like, bro, Twilight Town was, everything about Twilight Town was creepy. The side missions sometimes were creepy. The mansion was creepy. They were in their bag with this one.
Welcome to Twilight Town. In KH2's prologue, we're introduced to Roxas, Sora's nobody. Nobodies are the bodies and souls left behind by those with a strong will once they become a Heartless. Roxas is born when Sora loses his heart back in Hollow Bastion. When I was first introduced to Roxas, I remember being pissed off. I was so confused and angry about why we weren't playing as Sora, because
I said, bro, did I get the wrong game? Because that's what I'm saying, bro. I love Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts 1. For those that don't know, if you're going to play the game, shit, nigga, cut this video off. But you play a good chunk of Roxas for a long time to a point where you're like, yo, this isn't Kingdom Hearts. And like they have like minor flashbacks, but game.
I hadn't played Chain of Memories. I received the game a few years later as a gift, and I had no idea that Sora was sound asleep in some pod. All I knew was...
Which I want to bring out. I know I'm pausing. Same thing happened to me. So I played Kingdom Hearts. I didn't get to play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which is a good thing. And then I played Kingdom Hearts 2. So that's what I'm saying, like, bro. Like I like how I played it. Because if you play Kingdom Hearts and then you play Kingdom Hearts 2, that's exactly how you're supposed to play Kingdom Hearts 2. For those that don't know, again, if you plan on playing the game later, which, shit, nigga, I mean, by this point, I hope that you at least get encouraged to play it. But the game, literally, your whole memory's erased. Or at least half of your memory's erased. And so, when you play Kingdom Hearts 2, you deadass remember all the stuff that happened from Kingdom Hearts 1. You don't remember anything from what happens in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Was that Roxas was
Enchanted
here,
Memories.
and I hated that he wasn't Sora. Throughout the prologue, we see Roxas hanging out with his friends
We
to make
hated
the most
Roxas,
out of their last
and
week
then
of
we
summer
fucking
break.
would die.
Over, Namine reassures him that this will be a good thing and that he'll be whole again, but it doesn't feel like a positive outcome, especially since Diz is being such a dick while Roxas is having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best.
Was that
wrong.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing!
Then there's that tear that Sora sheds when he says goodbye to the real Hayner, Pence, and Olette. And that gets me every time.
I think it said, why am I crying? Like, what? Like, bro, this is beautiful.
You okay?
Yeah. Don't know where it came from.
Pull it together.
Right. See ya.
I know that Roxas eventually gets his happy ending, but man, this moment still hurts so bad and only gets worse after playing Days. I cannot imagine the level of psychological torment that boy has had to endure. A huge thank you to all my Supernatural supporters over on Patreon. That was Keyblade. Mine is Oathkeeper. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if there are any other non-horror games you can think of with their own...
Yo, chat. Shout out to Ghost Sir. I'm gonna like that motherfucking video. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below if y'all want to continue watching it. If I forget, just type shit. But yeah, bro. That was a great motherfucking video. Hey, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. You are going to see more Kingdom Hearts on this channel because I love Kingdom Hearts. I do have a video that I did made, so if you want to go ahead and click that, that's a great story on why you should, I think it's why you should become a Kingdom Hearts fan, or why you shouldn't. I don't know, I forgot which one it is. But if you enjoyed this video of me reacting to this, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Click on the comment and let me know what other videos we got that I should react to. But I appreciate everyone that comes through. And again, like I said, I'm always live on Twitch. You see all my social medias in the description box below. But till then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.